नमस्कार दोस्तों, आई होप यू ऑल आर हेल्दी एंड सेफ। हम एनपीओ चैप्टर पढ़ रहे थे, नॉट फॉर प्रॉफिट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, एंड वी आर कंटिन्यूइंग दैट चैप्टर एंड आई एम मेकिंग वीडियो ऑफ पार्ट 2, फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट्स ऑफ एनपीओ. The thing which we are going to study today is financial statements of NPO. As I have already told you, not for profit organizations, difference between financial statements of not for profit organizations and profit ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस. अगर मैं एनपीओ की बात करूं और प्रॉफिट ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस की बात करूं तो यहां फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट में क्या क्या फर्क है. यहां पर फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट्स में मैन्युफैक्चरिंग अकाउंट हम बनाते हैं, ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट हम बनाते हैं, प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट हम प्रिपेयर करते हैं और बैलेंस शीट हम यहां प्रिपेयर करते हैं. जबकि नॉट फॉर प्रॉफिट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट्स में बनता है रिसिप्ट्स एंड पेमेंट्स अकाउंट, इनकम एंड एक्सपेंडिचर अकाउंट, और यहां बनता है बैलेंस शीट. सो व्हाट वी आर गोइंग टू स्टडी इन फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट ऑफ एनपीओ इज रिसिप्ट्स एंड पेमेंट अकाउंट, income and expenditure account, and balance sheet. And what we have already studied in class 11th, that is profit organization, financial statements of profit organizations of sole proprietorship firm, trading account, profit and loss account, and balance sheet. And now we are going to start with receipts and payments account. Okay, fine. So first topic which we are studying in financial statements is receipts and payments account. देखो, receipts and payment account is prepared to show summary of cash receipts and payments of NPO. कोई भी NPO का जब कितना कैश आया है इनफ्लो, कितना कैश गया है आउटफ्लो, जब हम उसकी समरी प्रिपेयर करते हैं तो उस समरी को हम शो करते हैं रिसिप्ट्स एंड पेमेंट्स अकाउंट के अंदर. ओके फाइन. रिसिप्ट्स एंड पेमेंट अकाउंट इज सिमिलर टू कैश बुक. रिसिप्ट्स एंड पेमेंट अकाउंट इज सिमिलर टू cash book. Cash book is detailed. Cash book shows the details of cash receipts and cash payment, but receipts and payment account shows summary of cash receipts and cash payment. So we can say कि on the basis of cash book we prepare receipts and payment account. Why so? Because cash book shows descripted items while receipts and payment account shows summary of those descripted items. For example, if you are receiving subscription every month, then 12 entries of subscription received every month will be passed in cash book, but in receipts and payment account, altogether all the received subscription during the year is shown in receipts and payment account. Okay, fine. So receipts and payment account is summary of cash receipts and cash payments. Now we are going to talk about some important features of receipts and payment account. Okay, fine. So receipts and payment account is a real account. It is a real account. Receipts and payment account is a real account because it deals with cash. Cash is real account, so receipts and payment account deals with cash, so receipts and payment account is a real account. Okay, fine. What is the format of receipts and payment account? Receipts and payment account format is as follows. Receipts and payment account for the year ending. This is debit side, this is credit side. Particulars, amount, particulars, amount. As we are talking about receipt and payment account, and receipt and payment account is a part of financial statement. So receipt and payment account is prepared at the end of the year. So receipts and payment account for the year ending 31st March 2019, 2020 as the case may be. This is the debit side, this is the credit side. Particulars, amount, particulars, amount. Okay, fine. Important thing, all the receipts are shown in debit side of receipts and payment account. All the payments are shown under credit side of receipts and payment account. Important thing, receipts may be of capital and revenue nature. Receipt payments may be of capital or revenue nature. Okay, fine. All the receipts, whether of capital or revenue nature, all the payments, whether of capital or revenue nature, are recorded in receipts and payments account. One more important thing, belongs to any financial year. Receipts may belong to any financial year, whether previous year, whether current year, or whether succeeding year. Same goes with payment. Payment may belong to any year, whether previous year, whether current year, or whether succeeding year. But the main thing which is to be remembered is only cash items will be recorded in receipts and payment account. Non-cash items will not be recorded in receipts and payment account. Now we are talking about receipts and payment account, and receipt and payment account is similar to cash book. So receipts and payment account may have opening balance. Okay, fine. That opening balance, cash balance or bank balance, and at the end of the day, the balance of receipts and payment account may be the closing balance of cash and bank. Bank may be bank overdraft or bank. As you already know, bank includes bank overdraft also. So it may have receipt and payment account may have opening balance as well as closing balance. Okay, fine. Opening balance will be shown in opening balance sheet and closing balance of cash and bank will be shown in closing balance sheet. So this is the format of receipts and payment account, receipts and payments account. So now the next topic which we are going to study is the difference between receipts and payment account and cash book. Receipts and payment account is based on cash book. Okay, fine. While we talk about cash book is based on each cash receipt and cash payment. So now we are discussing the difference between receipts and payment account and cash book. First, receipts and payment account is based on cash book. The items which are shown in cash book are summarized in receipts and payment account, while cash book is prepared on basis of each cash receipt or payment. Important, receipt and payment account is part of financial statements, while cash book is part of daily book. Okay, fine. Daily book means subsidiary books. If we talk about receipts and payment account, it is prepared at the end of the year. It is prepared at the end of the year. While we talk about cash book is prepared on daily basis in chronological form, day-to-day form. Okay, fine. So this is somewhat major difference between receipt and payment account and cash book. I hope this topic is cleared to you. Okay, fine. Now the next point or next topic which we are going to discuss will be income and expenditure account. Income and expenditure account is similar to profit and loss account, which we have already studied in class 11th. Okay, so next topic which we are discussing is income and expenditure account for the year ending 31st March 2019-18, जो भी क्वेश्चन के अंदर गिवन होगा वो हम ले लेंगे. Before discussion of format, we are discussing some important features of income and expenditure account. Income and expenditure account is similar to profit and loss account, which we have already studied in class 11th. All the incomes and expenses of NPO are recorded in income and expenditure account. All the incomes and expenses. Okay, fine. But the important thing which you have to remember is only revenue items are shown in income and expenditure account. Second important thing, only items which are related to current year are shown in income and expenditure account. And one more important thing, income and expenditure account is based on accrual basis. So all the items which are related to cash as well as non-cash items are also shown in income and expenditure account. Receipt and payment account is based on only cash basis. cash receipts and cash payments are shown in receipts and payment account. But we talk about income and expenditure account. Income and expenditure account is based on accrual basis. So cash plus non-cash items both are recorded in income and expenditure account. Okay, fine, but it should be revenue in nature and it should be of current year only. Income and expenditure account की ये जो छोटी सी बात थी आपको क्लियर हो गई होगी. Next important thing, income and expenditure account is a nominal account. Because all the incomes and expenses are shown in income and expenditure account, and if we talk about classification of accounts, nominal account says debit all the expenses and credit all the expenses. It means all the expenses and incomes are dealt with nominal account, and income and expenditure account shows incomes and expenses, so it is a nominal account. So the nature of income and expenditure account is a nominal account. Receipts and payment account का कौन सा था? Real था, और income and expenditure account का कौन सा है? Nominal है. Okay, fine. So these are some important points which are related to income and expenditure account. Now we are going to discuss the format of income and expenditure account. As we already studied, income and expenditure account is similar to profit and loss account. So the format of income and expenditure account is similar to profit and loss account. It is debit side, it is credit side. We can write particulars or expenditure. We can write particulars or income on credit side. Okay, fine. So as we know, nominal rule says debit all the expenses and credit all the incomes. So all the expenses will be shown on debit side of income and expenditure account. All the incomes will be shown on credit side of income and expenditure account. As you already know, it is an account. So account debit, we have to prefix to, and in credit we have to prefix y, and same goes with receipts and payment account also. Receipts and payment is also an account, so debit side will be prefixed by to and credit side will be prefixed by word by. So now expenses. What expenses? Only revenue expenses. Only revenue incomes which are related to current year only. Which are related to current year only. Whether cash and non-cash. Whether cash or non-cash, both the items are shown in income and expenditure account. Okay, fine. Income and expenditure account is prepared to know whether the current income is more than current expense or not. If the current income is more than current expenses, then the balance will be shown by surplus. Okay, fine, and that surplus will be transferred to capital fund in balance sheet. Okay, fine, and if expenses are more than income, then in such case word deficit will be used and same it will be transferred to capital fund in balance sheet. Okay, fine. This is the format of income and expenditure account. At the end, we have to balance both the sides, debit as well as credit side. So this is the format of income and expenditure account which we have already studied in class 11 with the name profit and loss account in financial statements chapter. Okay, fine. So now we are going to discuss the difference between income and expenditure account and profit and loss account. First difference, income and expenditure account is prepared in case of not-for-profit organization, whether in rather we can say all the not-for-profit organization will prepare only income and expenditure account because their motive is not to earn profit, their motive is to provide services to the member. So income and expenditure account, and differentiate we are studying between income and expenditure account and profit and loss account. First difference, it is prepared in case of not-for-profit organizations, it is prepared in case of profit organizations. Second important, here the motive is to know difference between current income and current expenses. But here the motive is to ascertain the net profit or loss of the firm. मोटिव से पता चल रहा है कि यहां सिर्फ हमारा ये है कि हमें करंट इनकम और करंट एक्सपेंसेस के बीच में डिफरेंस पता करना है, और यहां हमको नेट प्रॉफिट और नेट लॉस जो है वो हमें एसर्टेन करना है. यहां जो डिफरेंस क्रिएट होता है वो हम सरप्लस और डेफिसिट के नाम से जानते हैं, जबकि द डिफरेंस विच इज created in profit and loss account is known as net profit or net loss. This is also a difference between profit and loss account and income and expenditure account. The next difference which is between P&L account and income and expenditure account, the profit which we have earned or which we have ascertained in profit and loss account is distributed among the partners. If in case of if we talk about proprietorship firm, then it is directly added in capital. If we talk about partnership firm, then it is transferred to profit and loss appropriation account and it is distributed among the partners. But the profit or the surplus or deficit which we have calculated in income and expenditure account is not distributed among the members, it is directly added or deducted, added in case of surplus and deducted in case of deficit in balance sheet in liabilities side under capital fund. Okay, fine. It is not the amount of profit and the amount of surplus and deficit is not distributed among the partners. Okay, fine. So this is these are some differences between income and expenditure account and profit and loss account. All the adjustments which we have already studied in profit and loss account, we have to study those adjustments in income and expenditure account also. For example, depreciation, bad debts, provision for doubtful debts, if we talk about closing stock, and if we talk about outstanding expenses, if we talk about prepaid expenses, okay, unearned income, if we talk about accrued income, all such adjustments which you've already studied in financial statement with adjustment, we have to use those adjustments in income and expenditure account also. Similarly, जो भी closing balance होता है income and expenditure account का surplus और deficit is transferred to capital fund, while the net profit or net loss is transferred to capital account. Okay, fine. Capital account means the profit is distributed among the partners. So this is the major difference between the income and expenditure account and profit and loss account. Okay, fine. Now we are the next topic which we are going to discuss will be the difference between receipts and payment account and the difference between income and expenditure account. Okay, fine. So now the next topic which we are going to discuss will be difference between income and expenditure account and difference between receipts and payments account. Okay, income and expenditure account is also part of financial statement of NPO. Receipts and payment account is also part of financial statement of NPO. Important, cash plus non-cash items are shown. Receipts, in case of receipts and payment account, only cash items are shown. Okay, fine. Cash and non-cash items are shown, so it is based on accrual basis. If only cash items are shown, so it is based on cash basis. Okay, fine. Next important thing, only revenue items are shown. By preparing receipts and payment account, capital plus revenue, both items are shown. Okay, fine. If we talk about income and expenditure account, only current year items are shown in income and expenditure account. If we talk about receipts and payment account, previous plus current plus next year items are shown in receipts and payment account. Only current year items which are incomes and expenses which are related to which are related to current year are shown in income and expenditure account. Cash receipts of any year, whether previous year, whether current year, or whether next year. Previous years, current year, or next years, all the cash receipts and cash payments are shown under receipts and payments account. Balance transferred to capital fund. The balance is transferred to balance sheet as cash or bank balance. If we talk about adjustments, we do adjustments in income and expenditure account, but we do not do any adjustments in receipts and payment account. Okay, fine. One more difference, as we know it is based on income and expenditure, so it is nominal account. The nature of income and expenditure account is nominal account, but the nature of receipts and payment account is real account. Okay, fine. Income and expenditure account is based on receipts and payment account plus some adjustments, but receipts and payment account is based on cash book. Okay, fine. So these are some major differences between income and expenditure account and receipts and payment account. So it is all for today. If you have any doubt, you can ask me anytime. My details are will be given on at the end of the video, so you can contact me anytime. I hope the things which we have studied in this video is clear to you. If there is any doubt, you can comment, you can send me a query anytime. Please share, subscribe and like the video so that this video can be reached to each and every student, and the time which is gifted by God due to coronavirus. So we can utilize that time, and students can utilize that time. Okay, thank you so much, and stay healthy, stay connected.